Actually, first we need colors. Our colors is like a tube, and you can put them on your palette like this. If you have such a palette like this, that's fine. With the door, actually, it can be safe for a long time. You can take it and add the water to the color, and for a week you can use this as well. If not, be careful to put your color on any palette you have, plastic palette or glassy palette, anything is fine. We can mix them together. For today, I would like to show you our demonstration with palette knife, but if you have just a brush as well is fine. You see the brush for acrylic and oil is a little bit longer than watercolor because we grab our brush from the end of the brush, and most of the time it's flat, not the round one. But if you have the round and big size, it's fine as well. For palette knife that we use, we have such a palette knife with different shape like this, or the plastic palette knife as well. Both are fine, and in different shape. If you don't have a lot, it doesn't matter. You need just one or sometimes two, that's fine. If you have this kind of shape or this too, it's fine. And yes, the other things about the canvas we use, like this. Today I work on 10 by 10 inches. If you have 10 by 8 or 9 by 12, any size, that would be fine. But I would like to work on 10 by 10 in like a square. If you have a paper for acrylic, that's fine. The paper should be like this, canvas paper, because oil and acrylic is the same quality and the paper is the same. If you have canvas paper, that's fine. You can work on that. But the things that you have to know, take out the paper, and with this tape, same as paper for watercolor, you can stick to the board and work on that. Okay. If you have any question, feel free to ask me. If not, we can start to work. I will show you a picture that we worked today. And first, I do drawing for you. You can draw with me as well. And then we start to add the color. Let me share my screen to show you which flower we would like to work. Yeah. I would like to show you a demonstration of this kind of flower, if you are able to see. This is the rose, actually the vase of rose. It's with palette knife and it has a texture. So I would like to show you how we can work like this kind of painting. Okay, let me switch to the other camera. And if you have any question, feel free to ask me anytime. I'm sorry, I can't.
I'll fix that for you, Gazala.
Okay, please, thank you, because I switched to the second camera.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What is the name on your second one?
Actually, I work on it's the Droid Cam Source 3 or 2. DROID-CAM and Source 3. It's the other mobile that I have. I think I have to back again a little bit more. Yeah. We need a pencil. As I show you the demonstration of vase of flower with full roses, just divide your paper or your canvas into two parts like this. This is half of the canvas that I choose. From the end part, divide it to three parts like this, and just draw a line from the end third part. Come to the middle. You can do it all, it's fine because we cover it all with the color with acrylic and it has the texture. It doesn't matter if you cover all the part with the line. Yeah, this is the first line. So divide your canvas into 2 parts, and the bottom part, half of the part from this, divide it to 3, and then the third, draw a line. This is the main line that our vase is on top of the surface. The other things, divide this line to 3, yeah, and this is for our vase. We come a little bit up. If you divide your page to actually the bottom part, 3 parts, it's a little bit up than the third. So 1 line here, 1 line here, and then try to connect this line together like that. This is our vase. So draw 1 line on top, 1 line on bottom. You can do it on the same size, and divide this main line on 3, and try to connect with the shape like S shape together. And this is our vase. Okay, if you finish, we can start for our flower. I try to do 1 flower here, 1 flower here, and the rest cover it with leaves and 1 small flower here. So I don't want to draw the details of the rose because I put them with a palette knife. Just the center, you can draw a center, and then some simple shape of the leaves, actually petals of the rose, like that, very simple. If it's not visible, I can bring it a little bit up. And don't worry, because all the roses is covered with the color, so the shape, it doesn't matter. Just I want to show the place of the flower that is here. And if you draw very dark, it doesn't matter. It's not the same as watercolor because oil has a texture and can cover all the pencil. This is for first flower, and the second one is beside. You can draw the circle to have an idea how you can do drawing your roses. The other rose, the shape is on the other side like this. So the center is here, and we can cover it like that. Some petals around. Very simple shape. This is 2 main flower of rose. And the third one that I mentioned is simple and smaller here on this part. And the face of the rose is on down on the table. So it's like that. Like this. And you can add some the other. The face is like that. And we cover it with leaves. We can do the leaves now or after when we do painting a flower. But I put some of them, some leaves around, and we can add more later. The leaves of the rose like that. We can cover them with the other leaves. And 2 on this part. Yeah. In a simple shape. You can draw a stem as well in some part. And then connect the leaves to the stem. And yeah. I think for now that's enough for our drawing. We can add more later when we do painting. Okay. If you're all okay with your drawing and let's start. If you have any question, feel free to ask. If you have any question regarding the drawing. If not, we can start to add the color. Let me switch. Everyone are okay? Yes, on drawing? Let me know, please. Okay, perfect.
Which colors are we using today?
I will let you know. Let me, bring the colors. Okay. Our roses are pink. You can, if you have pink, it's fine. You can add the pink. If you're not have a pink, you can mix your alizarin crimson with white and create the pink. Or if you have red, you can use red, or if you have yellow, you can use yellow. It depends on your choice. If you like any color for your flower, it's okay. But for the leaves, we use dark green and light green. If you have just one green, that's enough. With yellow and white, we can create it lighter. With blue and a little purple or brown, we can make it darker. We can mix the color together at the same time together, and don't worry, we create it. For the background, I use very light purple color, but if you don't have a purple, it doesn't matter. You can add any color for your background you like. We can mix red and blue together and add a little bit white to create purple. And yeah, let's start. Always I mentioned we can start painting from the back far and then come through the front. But here, I think it's better we start from the flower and then the base of the flower, then add the leaves and the background. Maybe it's better. We can start at the same time with brush for the first layer and add on top with palette knife, or at the beginning we use the palette knife. Let me start one flower for you with starting with brush, because I'm not sure all of you have a palette knife or not. And then on the second layer we use a palette knife. So for our flowers, always the middle of the rose is more dark than the petals. So I try to create the middle part. I use my alizarin crimson because my middle part is a little darker. Add a little white on that. If you have any color, if you have red, orange, or yellow, and you want to have your rose on the other color, you can grab the other color as well. That's fine. The middle part should be a little darker, so I add purple. Yeah, this is my color that I create with alizarin crimson, purple, and a little white. So I add on the center of the flower. Don't worry, very simple you can work because it's layer by layer, and then on the end we create the shape of the rose. So don't worry at the beginning for the shape. For a round we need a little more white because petals more lighter than the center. So I grab more white and add to the mix color. Yeah. And try to create a shape of the rose, like the curvy shape, like this. It's like a curve around each other. And you can grab more darker color at the beginning that you create. Yeah. And put on between. That's fine as well. At the same time, you can grab more dark and light. But it's with a brush. it doesn't create, it hasn't texture, it doesn't matter. We add more texture with palette knife. I use brush for who doesn't have palette knife today. So if you want to create a texture with brush, you have to grab more color like this. And let it dry, the first layer, and then grab more color on your brush and try to add to your painting. Try to create a texture. Don't cover a lot with, just one touch is enough. And let it dry again, second layer, third layer, fourth layer, because we need the texture with to create with brush. But with palette knife is more easy. Always when you use the brush or palette knife, put it on your bottle of the water, because it has a stick on acrylic and can stick on your brush or palette knife. And it's really difficult to get rid of them. Okay, now I would like to show you how you can mix the color with palette knife. Until then, our rose flower, the first layer is get dry, and then it's a good time to add the second layer. Yeah, I will show you the quick look of the demo. This is the flower that we would like to work. If you're okay to have it, you can take a photo of that. At finishing part, I will send the photo for you as well. But this is the finishing part. You see on the center is a little bit darker. Around it has more light pink and white. For the other rows as well. And yeah, just for now, focus on the rows, and then I will show you this project for the leaves and the rest as well. Okay. Yeah. Now I would like to mix the color with palette knife. Grab your darker color, any color you want, and try to mix like that. If you need to grab more white, add it now to have smooth color like that. And try to take the color with the tip of the palette knife, not this part. We don't need the end part. We need all in the tip actually. And try to put on your flower and shape it like that. If it goes around, it doesn't matter because you can cover it with the other color. Try to shape it. Yeah. And then grab the lighter color. Okay, now if you add the palette knife, don't work a lot, come and back. Just once is enough to create the texture. And then we'll leave it to get completely dry. Then we can add the second layer or third layer or fourth layer. In between, if you need a darker color, create and make the darker color in between, it's okay. It doesn't need you just follow with one color. I think we need a little darker here. Same as brush. Maybe at the beginning it's not easy to work with palette knife, but if you practice and feel free to move it like that, it's more easy for you. Like this. Are you able to see the texture here? Just with one touch, it has a texture. And we move the palette knife like here, like there, that we want to create the shape. I don't remember, one of our friends has a runny, runny acrylic. I find it that you can color it with, the runny one is most of the time used to cover the wood, not the painting like that. Because of that, it's not easy to work. But for this kind of painting, you have to have like this style of a creamy one. Not the runny, because I don't add the water inside this and I need the texture of acrylic that I have. It's more creamy. With less pressure, I try to shape it. Yeah. Little bit darker here as well. I try to make. And I see this is so dark, I need a little darker here. And then the second layer, I add a little more white on my flower. But it should get dry. It's really wet and has a texture, it takes time. I start to add another petal here in between, and then grab more color to create the darker color for the other part. Sometimes it's easy, you change the side of your canvases to create the petals and shape. Yeah. I think this rose is now good for the second wash. And I leave it to get completely dry and add the third layer on top after it's get dry. I can draw this rose, I can paint this rose on the other color, not on the pink. If you doesn't have pink, you can see how with the other color as well. First, let me wash this part of my palette knife. I bring some water with my brush and try to take it with palette knife and wash it with napkin. Clean it with napkin. Let me show you here. Be careful, every surface that you work should be clean. And you know, for acrylic, you can stick to the surface very easily, so it's better you clean it and then add the other color. That's fine. Before I start to paint the other color, the other flower, let me see yours. If you have any question, if you're okay when you're painting, let me know. Yeah. Perfect. Faye, very good, very good. Condense, very good for you. Patricia, very nice. Hamda, very good colors you add to your flower. Very good, perfect. Christina, for you as well, very nice. Svetlana, very good. Svetlana, you have the runny acrylic last time, yes?
Yes, I still have them.
Okay,
so I put a lot, like you advised me.
Okay, that's
You
better.
said I have to put a lot of, yeah.
Yes, more texture than the regular one. Yeah, but for you it's very good, very beautiful, perfect.
Thank you.
Lindsay, you're welcome. Lindsay, for you, very nice color, very good, perfect. And on for you, very good, beautiful. Ryan, sorry if I am not correct well your name, so sorry, but very good job, beautiful, perfect. Sam, for you as well, very nice, smooth combination of color you create. Caroline, very nice, very nice. All of you are on a good stage, and on the second layer we need more light color. Perfect. Okay, we can switch to the other camera if you want.
Which size of palette knife are you using?
This palette knife, you mean?
No, this one.
Oh, sorry,
Which
the
size?
palette knife. Yeah, it doesn't have a size actually. I buy it from the Sears, and the palette knife is the shape. It's important.
Okay.
Let me switch to the other camera to show you some shape in the palette knife.
Is this okay?
Yeah, they're okay. Yeah, exactly. The first one is really good. Yeah.
This one. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let me show you on this kind, like a plastic one. If you have all of them, that's fine. But I find this shape is more useful. You know, this shape. It has some like this. More useful. And it depends on which painting you do. Sometimes this is so useful if you want to have the straight line of the straight surface. This is so useful. But for flower, for leaves, or any shape, I find it so good. On the other shape, palette knife, yeah. If you mention for the size, yeah, this is so good as well. This is smaller. Yeah, here. This is a smaller size and it's perfect. On this kind of palette knife, we have size like these two on the same size, but this is a smaller. If you have on this size in the middle, it's fine. Very good. Okay. Let me switch to the other color. I think we can start with the orange. You can start to grab orange. If you haven't orange, you can create it with yellow and red. For the darkness, add more the red. For the light, add more white to create the orange. Yeah. I need a little darkness for center of my flower, so I grab more red to mix it with my orange. Okay, I grab more red. And try to, and then with tip of the brush, try to grab your color and add to your center, like here. This is the round shape. On the shape of this flower is a little bit different from this one. So I grab like center and the leaves like this. Then start to add more orange. I try to create the oval shape. Not oval, it's like a cylinder, like this. At first with one color, and then add some color on the bottom part. Grab more red and more orange. And I mentioned if you don't have orange, you can create it yellow with red. If you add more yellow and white, you can create lighter color. If you add more red, you can have the darker orange. And here I mix a little white and yellow to have light color. And try to shape. Every layer you create, see here, it has a texture. Leave it with texture. If you want to add dark or light, it's fine. You can add it layer by layer, but leave this texture. Don't cover it with palette knife. I think we need a little darker red. And yeah, it's better to move it here. And try to shape the rose. This part I need a little lighter color, I think. And always it's good to have a napkin beside yourself to clean your palette knife. Mix with the other color. It's better always, when you want to make it light, add white and yellow together. Because when you add just white, your color is more cool. When you add yellow and white together, your color is more warm. You see, I turn around my canvas to create the shape of the petal and try to make it smooth. Yeah, that's fine. I need some darkness here and more white here. See how much texture I add to my canvas and try to shape the rose petal. Yeah, that's fine. I think for this layer, because if we add more, they can mix together. I wait to get dry and then add on top some here. Or maybe I can grab more orange to fix this part. Yeah, here is better. Yeah, then I wait to get dry. That's fine. Now I can go through this smaller one till I ready the rest is get dry. Let me see yours if you are okay with the other color and if you have any question. Beautiful, Jennifer. Beautiful. Very good. Condoms for you as well. You create the red one. Very good job. Very good job. Svetlana, for you as well. Your orange, very nice. Because for you it's a little bit more runny. On the second layer, you to make it lighter, but this one is perfect for this first layer. Lindsay, very good combination color you create, very good. Patricia,